That is the album. The album was dark. It was a dark album because he had to address a lot of dark shit, and it was a very even the cover is dark. Like the cover is all black. It's a very dark album. It's like for me, it's one of his more personal albums. He talks about like himself a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
And I know he's done that previously, but this is I don't know, like a whole nother level because he's actually addressing what's being said about him. Usually when he talks or raps or sings, he does what he wants. He talks and raps about what he wants to talk.
Right.
This, he actually had to address because there was so much controversy around him. He had to make right or give his 2 cents on what is going down.
Yeah. I'll probably agree with that. I don't think it's his most personal album. I'll disagree with you there. Because there's definitely, more personal shit that he's gone into in other albums. But I don't know, man. Like, I think the track with Hove gets underappreciated. Like in the midst of all this, right? First of all, let's keep it a buck. Him getting a Hove feature, after all this shit's gone back and forth with him, it's really a fuck you to Kanye, right?
Very much so.
From both Hove and Drake, right?
Yep.
So the fact that he was even able to pull that off was really dope. And then Hove getting a Hove verse at this day and age from Hove in doing his On the Run tour in Europe. You know what I'm saying? That's even crazier, right? So I think that's an underappreciated verse, an underappreciated song. Get Upset, I'm Upset, and God's Plan were heavily rotated prior to the album release, so you already knew what you got there. I don't know, man. I don't hate the album, right? I actually do like the album. It's just not what I was expecting, right?
I don't think it's what anybody was expecting, honestly.
So, but I mean, I like it. The more I listen to it, the more I like it. I'm catching different things every time I listen to it, but it's just, it's cool. It's cool. It's not. I don't think it's his greatest work. It's not his worst work either. I know people hating on the B side, but I kind of like the B side. But you can't. I listened to when it first came out. I listened to the shit front to back, right? Yep. Never doing that shit again, right? So now I listen to the R&B side as its own separate project, and the A side as its own separate project. I mean, the first time I listened to In My Feelings, I knew that shit was going to be a hit, right? The dancing shit just make that shit skyrocket, but I knew that shit was going to be a hit off rip. And I think that the Ty Dolla $ign joint and Static Major is going to be huge too once they start pushing that. But I don't know, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cool.
I feel like his based on what he's been putting out, his best work is behind him.
Nah, hell no.
What do you mean? You just said this isn't his best album. His last album.
I don't think so.
His last album wasn't
why,
his best album. That's
see, I'm in the minority.
Wait. The last three were not his best bodies of work. You telling me his best work is not behind him?
No.
Take Care and Nothing Was the Same, whereas arguably his best two.
So you're saying Views, More Life, and Scorpion are all trash.
Are not better than Take Care or Nothing Was the Same, which would indicate his best work is behind him.
Okay, so let me ask you. So you're saying his best work being behind him, meaning that he's washed now?
No.
Or his best work behind him as in he's not going to make anything that's going to be as good as that?
As good. Take Care
yeah.
and Nothing Was the Same were his best two albums, right? I would think so.
Some people would disagree, but I would probably agree with you.
More Life, no.
I liked it.
It wasn't better than any of those two.
I like Views.
Views definitely was not better than any of those two. And this album for sure is not better than any of those two.
You know what the problem? Here's the problem too, I think. He's had hits.
He has.
He's had hits. And I mean hits in between albums. That's what I'm talking about. He's had hits in between albums. And the problem, I think, is that the hits that he's had, like, he's been helped by having, Khaled singles, big singles, right? He's been helped by having big features on, a Ross project, a Meek project, a French Montana, like, them posse cuts, right?
But he don't need that no more.
But but that's what I'm saying. You're saying he don't need that anymore, but I think he still does in the sense that the lead up to the album
He could benefit from it, yes.
Yeah, he could benefit.
I think anybody can.
He can benefit.
But his star power.
There's some people who don't benefit from this. They could be on every fucking, like, for instance, look at Ace Hood. Mm-hmm. Ace Hood was on all the hot DJ Khaled tracks. His album came out,
And nobody wanted an Ace Hood project.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But I think that when you're at that star power, people want to see you work with other big artists. So
1,000%.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So he could have benefited from that if you're in that realm of superstardom.
Yeah.
Because they want to see you collab.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think his best work is behind him. And, that's the problem with music. It's, what have you done for me lately?
And who said it? Somebody else said that. Ice Cube said that his reign at the top was his
short like leprechauns.
Nah, B. Your reign on the top is short like leprechaun. Hey, no, but Cube said that your reign on the top lasts what? If you're lucky, 3 years, right? Mm-hmm. And he's at that 3-year mark, right?
Hell no, he's been on top since like
no, at the top, because there was time where it was him, Wayne, him, Hove. There was Eminem
since. What's that album? Nothing Was the Same. That nigga's been on top, my nigga, and he has not come down.
Nothing Was the Same.
Who's been bigger?
2013.
2013.
So
who's been bigger than him since 2013?
Arguably nobody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're going on 6 years.
Yeah. I mean, Cole and Kendrick.
And then
there's a year or two there that Kendrick was on top.
Yeah, but now like Drake, Kendrick was on top rap wise. I'm sorry. Kendrick was on top rap wise. Yeah. Drake is on top across the board.
Pop star
status.
Right.
Same thing with Cole.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been out the same time.
But I think Cole's more in the Kendrick lane than the whole.
Cole's more of the Drake rapper superstar. He's not pop.
Yeah,
because Drake does those pop records.
Yeah,
Kendrick's kind of does, not really. He still keeps it hip hop.
Yeah,
Cole flat out don't do nothing. He's not doing nothing pop wise.
Yeah,
he does literally what he wants.
It's all rap,
which is cool.
Yeah,
I actually respect that more than Drake, because Drake kind of falls into the realm where you kind of got to do certain shit.
See, here's the thing, and I know people have killed other people for saying this, but the Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole argument is the same argument as the Big, Nas, and Hove argument.
Very much so.
Where you had Big, in all actuality, Big was would have been the pop star, right? So he would have been in the Drake lane. While Nas is absolutely comparable to Kendrick, and then Hove and Cole, right? Except for the untimely demise of Big pushed Hove into the Drake lane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And made that meteoric rise.
Yeah, but when you compare those two, there's two names that are left out of both conversations.
Pac?
The older one being 50, the newer one being Wale.
But I wouldn't put 50 in with Big, Hove, and Nas. I would probably put Pac into the Big Hove and Nas before I put 50. 50's more of the...
I'm talking about not music-wise. I'm talking about overall superstardom.
So let's get into that.
Yeah, overall superstardom.
So overall... But then before you put 50, you got to put M.
Yeah, you're right.
Because you can't
Well,
say...
I thought we were just keeping it in New York. That's why I put fifth there.
Oh, okay. I mean, I was just talking.
Oh, okay.
Because neither Kendrick, Cole, or Drake are from New York.
Well, that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah,
that's why I said Wale should have been there. In my opinion, Wale should have surpassed Drake. I think.
From what standpoint? From a lyrical standpoint? From a pop standpoint?
I think he should be more respected in the rap community.
1,000. Oh yeah, he should definitely. Yeah.
Drake.
Yeah, but it was cool to hate Wale.
It was.
But Wale got bars.
I like his new stuff. I still don't like his old stuff.
I like Wale, period.
I like the last shit he's been putting out for like the last year and a half. Cool.
Yeah.
But I was one of them people that I just wouldn't give him a chance.
Yeah, but why? Based off of what? Because it had to be something.
Because I heard him and people were like, oh man, this is, he's it. Like, this dude's mad lyrical. And like, I'm really big on lyrics.
Yeah.
So the shit that I did hear didn't live up to the hype that people were putting around it.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? If niggas think this shit is hot, like Lupe's out here over rapping circles around everybody, and no one's even talking about him.
there's plenty of people out there be rapping, can rap lyrics around anybody, but they don't have the star power, the album.
Lupe was almost there though. Lupe was there after his second album dropped. He came out with Superstar. Superstar put him in the position to be that Wale, quote unquote, but on the next level because Drake wasn't out yet.
Right.
So hip hop really didn't have a face or a superstar at the time. Like 07, 08, 09. Like there really wasn't anyone reigning on hip hop like that.
Okay.
Lupe came out with Superstar. Very, very big song. And he appealed to that crowd of the transition time where nobody wanted gangster rap no more. Yeah. They wanted real music.
And it started with Kick Push.
And Kanye.
Yeah.
That's where it started. So Kanye was still rising.
Yeah.
Lupe was almost at Kanye level, I should say. Because Graduation dropped in 07. Food and Liquor dropped in 06. And The Cool dropped in 08. That's when Kanye dropped 808.
That's an underrated album for
The Cool?
ages, yeah.
The Cool is one of my favorite albums, period.
Facts.
Poster's right behind you. That's one of my favorite albums.
I wish you guys could actually look at the studio we're in right now. Y'all can see these posters and shit this dude got hanging up.
Like, that's one of the best concept albums.
Yeah.
Like, if you go and read the whole story behind the album, like how it came about and the characters that play and how it relates back to the first album, that shit is musical genius, my nigga.
I agree.
And like you said, that shit is so underrated.
It is.
And he had that potential to go to that next level and bring his music upwards. But, I mean, Blazers, that whole debacle and that way that album sounded, that's why he kind of demised. But that was a tangent. But Drake,
no, I mean, that's all relevant, though. That's all relevant. Go ahead.
Wale should be in that conversation with those four because they all came in together.
Right.
08, 09 is when they started, and we're 10 years in, and we're only really talking. Well, I mean, we're still talking about the three of them, but we're not really talking about anybody else. Like, from that era, is not really as relevant as those three.
Right.
Like, dudes like Mickey Fax.
Well, I was just about to say that. You got Mickey Fax, you got even A$AP Rocky. Right?
A$AP was later. A$AP came out in like 2010, 2011.
Yeah, but A$AP, when you talk about J. Cole, Drake, Kendrick, A$AP and Wale were in that conversation too.
And let's not get it fucked up. A$AP brought a whole new sound like Drake did. Drake brought a whole new sound. That's why he's so big. Rap singing together.
Yeah.
A$AP brought that spacey, deep sound that nobody ever heard before.
That shit's wild.
And that sound is fire. And he still does it. But that sound didn't catch. Like, nobody started to mimic that sound. Like, there was no rapper formed after the A$AP Rocky sound. Drake formed Bryson Tiller.
There was no rap.
No, because even Ferg doesn't use that sound.
No, but the shit that A$AP, that Rocky does, you know, you could hear some relevance in that in Joey Badass's shit. It's
not comparable to Drake via Bryson Tiller. Bryson Tiller's out of Drake's playbook.
Okay.
You know what I mean? People like that. Like,
I'm rolling.
That's rapper, singer, whatever. He birthed that, pretty much.
I'm rolling.
Because before, when you needed a singer, you went and got a singer.
Yep.
That's why Fab was so popular in the early 2000s.
Right.
With the R&B songs. He had the bars like Drake. He just couldn't sing, so he went and got a singer. But Drake said, fuck it, I'll do it all myself. And that shit worked out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that really birthed like a whole new sound, and that sound is still carrying on today. 10 years later, that sound is still here. Now, there's an argument to be made that how long is that going to last? What's next? Because right now, hip-hop has two sounds. We have that, rap, sing, melody. We have trap.
Okay.
Trap's been around just as long.
Yeah, but is trap still, like,
Yes. Migos is still one of the hottest groups out.
Yeah, but Migos, okay, let's talk about that for a second. Is Migos still trap, or are they more in the pop range?
No, do you want me to play you the song Head Honcho Juan that they just put out?
I ain't heard it.
You haven't heard Head Honcho Juan?
No,
it's very, very much trap music, dog.
Okay.